County 911, this is Rob.
Hi, I think I just heard gunshots outside.
Okay. How many shots did you hear?
4.
You heard 4?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Did you see anyone by chance?
No, I mean, I was laying awake in bed.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right, well, you want to speak to an officer about this?
Well, I don't know.
This woman went missing from her residence during a night of studying. The police were called and an extensive search was underway. Welcome to B's True Crime Community, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into the backstory. Eve Carson was born and raised in Athens, Georgia. Her family and friends loved her bubbly personality and how kind she was to everyone. She excelled in academics all throughout high school. She attended college at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Her majors were political science and biology. Eve was living in an apartment with her roommate, Justin. One night, Justin was heading out and he observed that Eve was still studying on the couch. He headed out at about 1:30 a.m. But when he returned at 4:30, he didn't see Eve. He found this strange, so he tried to call her cell phone, but he didn't get an answer. So he then decided to call the police. But he had no idea that she had been kidnapped. During the police investigation, they were focusing on surveillance footage. So they were getting surveillance footage from stores, ATM machines, and surveillance near Eve's apartment. Eve's case started getting a lot of attention. So her university put up $25,000 on reward money for anybody who could give information that leads to an arrest in her case. A woman called in a tip saying that she knew a man that went by the name Rio. She said that Rio said that him and Lawrence had kidnapped a girl, drove her around to ATMs with intent to rob her and take her life. This led to the arrest of 21-year-old Demario Atwater and 17-year-old Lawrence Levitt. Let's take a deep dive of their background. These two men were career criminals, and police realized that during the time of the kidnapping, they were out on probation, and one of them was awaiting trial for some crimes he had did. Lawrence, the 17-year-old, had a criminal history of drug possession, larceny, breaking and entering, and felony possession of a firearm. 21-year-old Demario had a criminal history of possession of weed with intent to sell, trespassing, and assault. He ended up with only 3 years probation for all of these crimes, but he kept on violating his probation. He was only free and roaming the streets to do this crime to Eve because there was a mix-up with scheduling at the court. The justice system has to do better. During the investigation, police discovered that Eve last accessed her Facebook at 3:30 a.m. So they believe the incident happened around this time. They initially believed the men ambushed Eve when she left her apartment to head to campus to print some papers. The surveillance footage from Eve's apartment showed the men going towards her apartment. During the suspect's interviews, 2 different stories were told. In the first story, they claimed they lured her out of her apartment, claiming that they had car troubles. In the second story, they claimed they were walking around looking for someone to rob, which was more believable considering their criminal background. They said they saw her through her window because her light was on, and they decided they wanted to take her. So they entered her residence through an unlocked back door. What I thought was kind of crazy was Lawrence claimed that he called his friend Jason earlier in that day, asking if he could drop them off in Chapel Hill so they could find someone to rob. But Jason refused to take them. But apparently they still found a way to get there. They took Eve from her residence, put her in the back of the car. Demario sat in the back seat holding her at gunpoint, and Lawrence drove around. They went to a few different ATMs trying to pull out money. They successfully took out $700 at the University Mall ATM. During all of this, Lauren was begging and pleading for her life. She even started crying. And at some point, she begged them to pray with her. But of course, the men made up their minds because she had already saw their faces. And so they decided to gun her down anyways. They then dumped her body in the middle of the road. This was the photo that police received from an ATM machine. Police also recovered bullets from 2 different guns at the scene. Demario pleaded guilty and received life in prison without parole. Lawrence decided to go to trial hoping that he could fight it, but he received life in prison without parole. Lock them both up and throw away the key. My condolences to Eve's family. Don't forget to let me know how you feel about the case in the comments. I'll see you in the next case.